So the man that is behind the plate will step up to the batter's box. Brock Clayton getting us off here in the top of the 7th inning. He'll swing and pop that one foul. As the Sox still find themselves in a 1-0 deficit, but nothing that they can overcome.
Yeah, and in due time, this offense just needs to get rolling before the playoffs come around on Thursday. Can't put together a performance like this against a team like Waynesboro, a team where you should be beating them. The same thing with this Culpeper squad, a team the Sox should be beating pretty handily, regardless of who's pitching, who's on the mound, who's whatever the order looks like.
Clayton faces the 1-1 pitch, pulls it foul. We'll move to 1-2 with no gone here in the top of the 7th, entering the final third of the final game of the regular season. It's been great so far, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's been an amazing season working alongside all of you guys and really getting to experience this Charlottesville area. It's been absolutely a great experience that I wouldn't have traded for the world out here.
Clayton faces the 1-2 pitch, but it sails low and away and outside of the glove of Caden Chrisman into the backstop, so evens the count at 2. But yeah, it's been great. You know, a great group of guys and the media team and beyond the entire intern aspect of the Charlottesville Tom Sox. It's unlike any other in the Valley Baseball League. The 2-2 pitch to Clayton, just a bit outside, and it'll run it full. Brock Clayton will face a payoff pitch from Ryan DeMartin. He swings and drives that one into right field. Going back to the wall is Pato, and it's long gone. Brock Clayton with a moonshot here in Culpeper County High School, and he evens the game at 1-1.
Brock Clayton liftoff. Coy Tomlin running around, all excited. We're all happy to be here. And we're just going high five after high five after high five. Brock Clayton into right center field. A whole lot of pop, a whole lot of power. He was due for a home run, and now it's here.
I'm not entirely sure how far it is out to right field, but that ball went into like the middle part of where those trees are. He killed that ball, and now it is a 1-1 score here at Culpeper County High School.
And there was nobody more excited for that home run than Coy Tomlin. After what he just witnessed, it was fist pumps, it was cheers, it was chants. The Sox even this one up at 1 apiece, and Coy Tomlin's favorite player gets the job done.
So that brings up Tanner Shadle, who is no stranger to home runs here at Culpeper County High School. A 1-1 count now for him, the Old Dominion Monarch, with no outs on the board here at the top of the 7th inning. The 1-1 pitch, Shadle slides out of the way on that one, moves to a 2-1 count, as Coy is still rejoicing over that moonshot from Brock Clayton.
And I don't think Coy's ever going to not be excited for this home run. Coy's fired up. We're all fired up. Brock Clayton just, I mean, a moonshot doesn't even describe it. That thing was put into orbit and then some out to right center field. Yeah, we don't know what the dimensions are out there, but it cleared the trees by, you know, that bottom level of trees right in front of the board.
3-1 pitch to Shadle. He fouls it off, and we'll have another full count. We know what happened last time there was a full count. Yeah, that ball may be on Route 29. Maybe we'll see it when we're driving home. Shadle against DeMartin. He'll face the payoff pitch right here. That one doesn't even reach Caden Chrisman, and Shadle will jog his way over to first.
Back-to-back base runners for the Sox. And one guy did the job of bringing himself home. And now Anderson French, another guy who I know you're hoping does the same exact thing that we just saw from Brock Clayton right there. We'll see if he delivers it again.
You see Coy's reaction when Brock Clayton hit that home run. That's how my reaction would be if Anderson French were to hit a home run.
I'd have to take off the mic and do a little victory lap around the field.
I might. The first pitch to French, he swings like he wants to hit that one as a home run, but instead pulls it towards the Cavalier dugout, and it's going to be an 0-1 count. Still no outs here in the top of the 7th. We have a tie ball game, Jeremy.
Yeah, and that's the spark maybe that the Sox are looking for to give them some momentum both in this game and down the stretch going into the postseason. I'm not going to say anything, but Brock Clayton fouled one down the first base line before he went yard.
The 0-1, French swings and drives that one over to second. The flip to short is there. The double play is turned. It's the third double play for Culpeper tonight, and now that'll bring up Evan Taveras.
And unfortunately for you as an Anderson French and Virginia Tech fan, Landon, that is a record set by French for most double plays grounded into in a game. Not to mention they were all a 4-6-3 double play. So I'm sorry about that one, but the Sox have tied this one back up. And truly, the person I feel the worst for is Tanner Shadle today. He's 0 for 3 with 3 walks and has been the first out of 3 double plays now on the day.
Talk about Groundhog's Day. The first pitch to Evan Taveras sails into the backstop, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Yeah, sometimes the love for the Hokies just doesn't happen, you know. And especially in football, we've seen they become very unlucky when it seems they're in a favorable position. But that's a story for another time, as we are here in Charlottesville.
I don't know if they like that one too much.
No, probably not. The 1-0. Taveras watches that one sail into the zone. A little bit of a different motion there from DeMartin. More of a sidearm throw regularly than a straight throw. Taveras, a 2-home run game against Waynesboro, will face a 1-1 pitch from DeMartin. That one hits him on the calf, and he'll take a walk over to first. The first hit by pitch today for Tom Sox.
And it looks like there might be some motion out in that Culpeper bullpen. We're unfortunately obstructed by their dugout, so we are not sure if there is anybody warming up. It looks like there's somebody getting loose. I can't see a number or anything. Just kind of can see some arms flailing. We're going to get a mound visit right now. This might be the hook on Ryan DeMartin here.
And if it is, it's not a memorable one. You know, he came in after Benchy Tucker put up a really, really great outing. 5 innings pitched, just 1 hit and no runs. And DeMartin, within his first 2 innings of pitching, throws a home run.
Yeah, and this will be the hook on Ryan DeMartin. Last inning he gave up a pair of walks and a pair of fielder's choices, recorded his only strikeout, then gave up that leadoff home run to Brock Clayton this inning to tie this one back up. Then a walk, a double play, and another walk, or I guess a hit by pitch, will put Taveras on base for the brand new arm.
And we will preview that new arm when we come back after this break. No Elves here in Culpeper, but Gimbals steps up onto the mound for any Elf fans out there listening. We have Jackson Gimbals, number 23, out of Christopher Newport University, and he'll face off against Walker Buchanan with 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. Buchanan checks on that one. Park deems that he went, and it'll be strike 1 against Walker.
And for DeMartin, we kind of already talked about it. Just the 1 run given up so far, responsible for Taveras off the base, and kind of went back and forth between giving up a base runner and getting an out.
Quickly an 0-2 count against Walker Buchanan. And Gimbel's not really the best of pitching over at Christopher Newport. We'll get to that in a second after he deals the 0-2. The pitch, Buchanan cuts through that one, and it's going to be a drop third strike. The throw over to first is there, and it'll be the third out of the inning. So Brock Clayton's solo home run evens the game at 1 apiece, and we've got a game for the last little bit of the regular season here in the Valley Baseball League. 1-1 in Culpeper. Lucas Cash still on the mound as house music bumps in the speakers of Culpeper County High School.
Yeah,
He'll face off against Keaton Burrows to begin the bottom of the 7th, and as you were saying, Jeremy.
Yeah, just been dealing on the mound for Lucas Cash so far. 2 innings of work and only 1 base runner allowed. Been smooth sailing for Lucas Cash so far.
The first pitch to Burrows, a dropping strike into the zone, and it'll be 0-1. And yeah, after we thought that it was going to be 1 inning, 1 pitcher, it is certainly not. After Jansen had a good outing, let's turn it over to Cash, who has outdone himself. The 0-1 and the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, not the flashiest pitcher in Lucas Cash, but he's going to make the pitches that he needs to make. Throws strikes, forces the batters to do something at the plate. Burrows hasn't had to really swing his bat so far today. Only 1 ball put into play with a pair of walks. So see if he challenges him here.
Cash ready to deal the 1-1. Burrows watches that one sail outside, a little bit inside. Park, you've seen him call strikes like that so far tonight, decided not to. 2-1 now the count with 0 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cash again, he'll deal. A little bit low for ball 3. The first time we've really seen Cash get behind an account.
Yeah, he's been attacking batters all day and losing it a little bit right now to Keaton Burrows, but no biggie.
Cash comes set. The 3-1 pitch. Burrows swings and drives that one, and we thought it was going to be a catch over there by Shadle. It just dropped out of his glove, and Burrows will reach with a single.
And a hard-hit liner that Shadle just couldn't really handle. Hit hard, kind of one of those weird ones where you think you might have to pick it out of the ground if it drops low enough. Kind of maybe got to catch it out of the air. Just a weird in-between play for Shadle, and he got back to the ball with time to throw. Just Burrows a whole lot of speed at first, and so now the go-ahead run on first base.
Just the 2nd run for Culpeper tonight. It's going to bring up Donovan Mitchell, who shows bunt. The throw back over to first is not in time, and we'll get ready for the first pitch of this at-bat again.
And Mitchell squaring the bunt here. Makes a whole lot of sense. Try to advance your runner in a scoring position with 1 out. Good sound baseball play.
Cash again will throw over to French. Again, nothing going. And still no pitches, no outs. 1 runner on first, and Keaton Burrows. Donovan Mitchell again showing bunt. Burrows a big lead at first. Cash will finally deal the first pitch. Mitchell pulled back, but still found its way into the zone that pitch, and an 0-1 count here on the Cleveland Cavaliers shooting guard.
And Lee Sowers ready to cover first base on the bunt. He ended that play all the way at first.
Mitchell again showing bunt. Burrows goes, the throw over to second. Not going to be in time. The throw was away from second, so Roy had to really glove out and didn't even make the grab, but luckily it dropped right in front of him. So Burrows, another stolen base.
And yeah, it just hasn't been good throws from Clayton, who thankfully has made up for it at the plate, but just his execution behind the plate today has been unfortunately kind of subpar.
That pitch will go down as a ball. A 1-1 count for Cash against Donovan Mitchell. He'll step back from the mound and now readies himself again. Ball behind his back, waiting for a signal. Still waiting on it. He gets it. Ball back in the glove and takes a look over at Burrows. Deals the pitch inside for ball 2.
Still kind of a good spot for a bunt here. I'm kind of shocked that Mitchell didn't square right there. Put your runner on third with nobody, or with one out, is a good baseball play, but Mitchell looks like he's swinging away.
Burrows a big lead at second. The 2-1 pitch. Mitchell cuts through that one. A 2-2 count now. Cash gets ready, trying to retire Donovan Mitchell. The 2-2 pitch. Mitchell lines that one down the foul line, and it'll stay a 2-2 count. Mitchell so far today walked in his first 2 at-bats, then got on at first and was since put out. A 1-3-6. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Cash deals his 3rd strikeout of the evening. And we got 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Big pitch right there. Big at-bat from Lucas Cash right there. Allowed Burrows to get to second base, but didn't allow him to get to third because of a weird, kind of play made right there by Culpeper to not bunt Mitchell with Burrows at second base. Put him at third, put him 90 feet away, and allow anything put in play by Painter, who's done a good job of pulling the ball to the right side of the field and moving guys over in that aspect. He's done well so far today. Could have given him the chance to bring in a runner.
The first pitch to Painter. He lines that one over to short. Burrows goes to third. The throw is not going to go over to first. It was a perfectly placed ball from Keone Painter. And now runners on the corners up for Blagan Pato.
And not much that Soroy can do there. Not much that Cash can really do any better right there. Executed his pitch, right spot, and just, got a softly hit ground ball that he gave up for an infield single. Soroy smart to not force the throw there. Instead, pump fake, see if Burrows will get himself aggressive off of third. But he held off nonetheless.
So Blagan Pato ended the Tom Sox collective no-hitter bid in the bottom of the 5th, and will now step up again, this time with a runner in scoring position and a runner at first. Burrows over at third. Painter on first. Pato at the plate. Cash will throw over to first, as he has done multiple times this inning, but again, the same result. No out.
Holding runners on well. And, kind of a thing that's been a problem for the Sox this year. He seems to have kind of figured out.
The first pitch to Blagan Pato. Swung on, but pop foul as he knocks a ball that was stuck into the chain link fence of the backstop out. So a foul ball, but Culpeper gains a ball for maybe BP.
That thing is about as full of water as it's going to get for a baseball, I'm sure. Been sitting up there for who knows how long and just been, being taken full of water from rain over the past couple of days. You know how hard it rains here. We've had 2 games rained out here already, and that ball might just be done for. But a little kid could have it as a souvenir.
Nonetheless, it's an 0-1 count for Pato. Again, Cash throws over to first, and again, Painter slides back in, and no out. An 0-1 count to Pato. 1 out gone here in the bottom of the 7th, a 1-1 game here in Culpeper. Cash comes set. The 0-1 pitch. A runner goes. Clayton fakes the throw over to second, fakes it over to third, and will just toss it back to Lucas Cash, conceding the stolen base.
And yeah, not much you can do there. Don't force the throw down. That's how the other run came across the board today for Culpeper, was via a play like that. So good on Clayton to not throw that down again. And now infield is in.
An 0-2 count. That pitch nearly hits off of Pato's helmet. It's going to be a foul ball. It tipped off of his bat. Count stays at 0-2, and we'll do it again.
And they always tell you to duck down and also tell you to bring your bat down with you for a play like that where you're up in the batter's box, you duck your head out of the way, and your bat's in the same spot and it hits your bat instead of making it to the backstop, which could have potentially brought Burrows in.
The 0-2 pitch. Pato drives that one into left field. Going back is Buchanan. He settles under it. Does he make the grab? No, he does not. It's going to be a 3-run home run for Culpeper. And a multi-home run season for Blagan Pato. Sees Culpeper gain a 4-1 lead here at home.
And I guess he's happy that that one hit his bat, and instead of hitting him, Pato hits his second bomb of the game or of the season, and you see why he was so successful down at Coastal Carolina. And does it again right there. Cash didn't really miss his spots, didn't really miss-execute, just a good piece of hitting right there from Pato, and this one might have just gotten put out of reach here with the Sox still struggling offensively.
So Lucas Cash came into this game only allowing 4 runs in 17 innings with the Tom Sox, as his first pitch to Crittenberger is down low and inside for ball 1. He's now allowed 7 runs in just under 20 innings. So still doing well out there on the mound. Just it goes to show that one pitch can really change the landscape of a baseball game. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-0 pitch sails into the backstop, and Lucas Cash has got to regain his composure as Randy Tomlin will walk out there to talk to him.
And this is potentially going to be the hose for him, though. It doesn't really look like Caden Harris, who just started getting loose, is going to be ready anytime soon. Harris will come in at some point today.
It's going to be a 2-0 count when maybe Cash will return, and yes, he will. So 1 gone here in the bottom of the 7th, in which the Culpeper Cavaliers have now put up a 3-spot, courtesy of a Blagan Pato 3-run home run. Blast that Walker Buchanan, even though he tried to climb the fences out there and left, could not get his glove on the ball. So Pato resets, facing against Kelly Crittenberger, and he'll deal the 2-0. Crittenberger swings and drives that one into left field. Going back is Buchanan, a jumping grab into the fence, and he makes it. His second Sports Center top 10 play of this game, and 2 gone now here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I don't know if that one was going to get out of here, but Walker Buchanan nevertheless saves at least extra bases with a twisting, turning play. It took a kind of weird angle towards the ball. I think he was expecting it to be a little bit more towards his right side, and instead had to flip himself back over. Made the play over his shoulder like Justin Jefferson-esque with one hand, and slams into the wall for out number 2, saves some extra bases.
First pitch now to Maxwell Melissa. He does the same thing as the past 2 batters. Buchanan settling under it and makes the grab. So 2 straight F7s see the Sox get out of the bottom of the 7th, but not before a 3-run blast from Blagan Pato gives Culpeper the lead again. 4-1 here as we head to the top of the 8th. Will Genuine will step up into the batter's box to begin this top of the 8th. Tom Sox find themselves behind yet again, this time by 3 runs, courtesy of a Paedo 3-run blast. The first pitch to Genuine is in the zone for strike 1.
And he got all of that one and then some. Thought that Buchanan had a chance on it for a second, but it just kind of kept carrying through the night. Made the 2 plays after that. So redemption from Walker Buchanan, but unfortunately can't fix the 3 runs that are put up on the scoreboard, and the Sox trail.
The second pitch to Genuine sails above the zone for ball 1, an even count at 1 apiece. Will looking for his first hit of the day. The 1-1 pitch hits it back into the glove of Gimbels, and he flips it over to first for out number 1. So an 0 for 3 day now for Will Genuine after striking out the first 2 times, and a 1-3 put out there.
Yeah, just nothing really working for the Sox right now, unfortunately, and nobody can really seem to get things going. And that's just kind of been where we've been at for today. The home run was the lone change to that, but it's been, unfortunately, a whole lot of nothing for the Sox.
That will bring up leadoff man in a new position, Lee Sowers. Not a new position, but the leadoff spot is a new area for him as he fouls that one into the backstop, and that will be another ball stuck in the chain link fence here in Culpeper County High School.
And a quick replacement of the one that just came down, and that one does not look like it's coming down anytime soon. The one that's currently up there on the left side of the fence is pretty loose. The one that Lee Sowers just hit is about 3/4 of the way through it.
Nonetheless, an 0-1 count for Sowers. He watches that one still just outside for ball 1.
Yeah, and for Lee Sowers, so far today hasn't been great. A fielder's choice and 2 other ground outs, so just hasn't really worked the at-bats the way that we're used to seeing him work the at-bats.
The 1-1 count to Sowers. He watches that one sail just above the zone for ball 2. A Lee Sowers special is working the counts to get a walk, and he's halfway there. Gimbel comes set, deals, and that's again just above for a 3-1 count. Big hitters count. Lee Sowers will look to take advantage.
See if he gets a fastball here. Gets a fastball, gives him someone to drive and maybe find a gap and start a rally right here for the Sox.
The 3-1 pitch from Gimbels. He deals. Sowers watches that one just sail inside the zone, nips the inside corner, and the count runs full for a 3-2 count with 1 gone here in the bottom of the top of the 8th. 4-1 your score here from Culpeper County High School. Thank you all for joining us. The 3-2 pitch. Sowers crushes that one into the night sky, but it's going to go foul. Down towards where my car is parked.
Yeah, I hope it didn't hit that car, because then we have no ride home, and that'd be, well, unfortunate.
Ball would have to travel a long, long way for it to
is
come into contact, but
this is not the place to really be walking home from,
indeed it is not. The 3-2 pitch, Sowers again drives that one into the night sky. That one may hit a car, and it doesn't. Maybe taps off the bus, but that's about it. So count remains full here with 1 gone. Sowers again doing what he does best and working long counts. Seen a couple pitches that he liked, decided to hit him and fouled him off. What will he do here? The 3-2. That one sails above the zone. The courtesy bat flip of a walk for Lee Sowers, and he gets himself on base here with 1 gone in the top of the 8th.
Bring up shortstop, number 18, Jackson.
Big spot for Jackson Soroy. Kind of got a feeling about this at bat. I think something good is on the horizon for Jackson Soroy at the plate here.
Soroy, one of the more clutch players on this Tom Sox squad, can lay down that ball if he needs to. The first pitch from Gimbels to Soroy coming up. What will the Maryland Terrapin do here? The first pitch, Soroy crushes that one, a liner in this left field, and Sowers will find himself on second courtesy of a Soroy single.
Yeah, I told you I had a good feeling about this at bat, and Jackson Soroy comes through with the single to keep the line moving. Now Kyle Langley, who's more than due for a base hit right here at the plate.
Langley represents the tying run now. And yeah, he is certainly due. Struck out in the first inning. A 5-3 put out in the 4th and a 4-6 put out in the 6th. Definitely due for a hit here, or at least to get a walk. Seems like the Tom Sox have been able to work long counts against Gimbels. The first pitch coming up now to Kyle Langley. Gimbel's deals. Langley watches that one sail above the zone for ball one. Gimbel. I was locked on the store from Elves. So Gimbel will come set. A 1-0 count against Langley. The Cavalier will deal. Langley again watches that one sail above the zone. A lot of high balls for Jackson Gimbel. 2-0 count now.
Langley been cooling down over the past couple of games. Really need him here in this big spot. Combined 0 for his last 8 at the plate.
The 2-0 pitch coming from Gimbel to Langley again, and it's high, and again it'll be a ball, and now a 3-0 count. Huge hitters count for Kyle Langley.
No better time than the present right here.
Gimbel comes set on the mound. Langley tightens the grip on his bat. The 3-1 pitch. Sowers a big lead off second. Langley watches that one hit. I think that hit the umpire, but nonetheless, it's a ball, and bases are full now for, guess who? Brock Clayton.
No better time than the present. Clayton's got one today, and hey, we saw a 2-home run game just the other day from Evan Taveras. No better guy than Brock Clayton right now. They're going to make a quick pitching change and get a new arm in here to face off against a guy who led off last inning with a homer.
Yeah, Brock Clayton trying to replicate history here, and as another mound visit is in order on for the Culpeper Cavaliers. Bases are loaded for the Tom Sox in this top of the 8th, and only one gone as we wait to see if it is a pitching change, and not entirely sure if it is. Can't see anybody walking in or around or out of the bullpen.
Yeah, it seems to just be a quick little mound visit. Maybe somebody getting warmed up. Can't really tell, but it seems like they're just having a mound. They're really allowing this mound visit to extend on longer than most mound visits really should, as you're finally going to get some steps out from Jerry Park, but this has been upwards of a minute on this, and they're going to make a pitching change, but they are taking forever and kind of cheated the system there, waited for Park to write a whole bunch of things down before bringing in the new pitcher, and now the new arm will come in to face off against Clayton.
So with one away here, we'll step aside as we let the new Culpeper Cavalier pitcher get warm before he faces against the hottest bat for the Tom Sox so far this evening, and Brock Clayton. new pitcher on the mound for Culpeper. It's a familiar face for the Tom Sox, but not so much for the rest of the Valley League. It's Tim Rio.
Yeah, Rio only had one appearance, and it was July 17th, so just a couple days ago, he picked up the win in that 9-5 Sox loss to Culpeper. 2 innings pitched, 1 run, given up 3 hits. No strikeouts and no walks. So pitched kind of efficiently, but definitely gave up some hits, and it's a guy who the Sox have seen a time or two in a big plus matchup right here for Brock Clayton.
Coy Tomlin certainly ready for this at bat as time will be called, and Rio will reset himself on the mound. Brock Clayton tightens the grip on his bat, looking to drive some runs in a bases loaded situation. The pitch is fouled behind him for strike 1. We've got, looks like Langley on first, Soroy on second, and Lee Sowers on third. Sowers worked a walk, Soroy singled, and Langley worked another walk to chalk the bases full with just 1 out here in the top of the 8th. The 0-1 pitch to Brock. Down and away for ball 1. Good piece of ball watching there from Clayton, and count evens at 1-1. Tim Rio comes set. He'll deal the pitch. Clayton again watches that one sail below the zone for a 2-1 count. Tim Rio in his outing against the Sox let in 1 run in 2 innings pitched. The 2-1 pitch into the backstop, and here comes Lee Sowers. He will score, and it's a 4-2 ball game in Culpeper.
And that just breathes some life into the Sox. That gets rid of the double play ball. The wild pitch in Tim Rio's first at bat allows Sowers to cross the plate. And now the Sox, after kind of feeling like they've been out of it, even after that even after the Brock Clayton game tying home run, the offense has been stalling. This is finally the inning where they're putting the momentum together, feeding off of each other's at bats. And now runners on second and third. The Sox are a single away from tying this game, especially with Langley's speed.
Soroy 90 feet away, Langley at second. A 3-1 count for Brock Clayton with 1 away here in the top of the 8th. The pitch, Clayton swings and drives that one into right field. That's going to score Soroy. And Langley is going to hold up at third. So Brock Clayton gets a solo home run in the last at bat. And this one, an RBI single, and it's a 4-3 ball game in Culpeper.
He would like to thank the Culpeper crowd. You are the best. You found his phone.
Brock Clayton comes through yet again, and nobody better than Brock Clayton at the plate right now. We have been waiting for this breakout from Clayton all season long, and now that we've finally gotten it, it's a great time out here. Tanner Shadle at the plate.
Runners on the corners for Shadle. That one below the plate for ball 1. I think if you're Tanner Shadle, you got to be thinking, if I walk again, I might be thrown out on another double play.
I'm shocked that Anderson French is going on into the on-deck circle. Not been the day for him.
Shadle faces the 1-0 pitch, and that one turns into a 1-1, a called strike as it sails into the middle of the zone.
For Shadle, hasn't really had to take the bat off his shoulders much here today. See if this at-bat serves as the difference maker. Playing him towards the pull side for sure.
The 1-1 pitch, Shadle chops it foul. Now 1-2. Tanner Shadle, a guy that has succeeded against Culpeper. He's gotten on base all 3 times today, but as we mentioned, he's been put out courtesy of a double play all 3 times. So looking to right that here. He pops that one up into the air. It's going to be caught by second baseman Keaton Burrows, and Sowers. Langley thought about tagging up and running home, maybe to throw Burrows off a little bit, but he's going to stay in. Now runners on the corners again now for Anderson French.
Yeah, big at bat for Frenchie. Time to redeem himself from all 3 of his misdoings. He's responsible, unfortunately, on his own for 3 outs here today, or for 6 outs here today. Has a chance to right the ship. Maybe, just maybe, one of those ground balls will get through on the right side here to this at bat.
Runners on the corners for Anderson. The pitch, he swings early at that one, and it's going to be strike 1.
Yeah, I saw a little changeup right there. First one I've seen from Tim Rio. slowed it down a little bit, see if he goes back to the fastball or continues with that breaker.
A 4-3 ball game here in Culpeper. French watches that one sail above the zone for an even count at 1-1. All he needs to do is just hit a single, something that doesn't go towards a yellow jersey, and we'll have at least a tie ball game here. Rio will deal the 1-1 pitch to Anderson. That one way inside for ball 2.
Hey, and you know the positive of this at bat is he literally cannot ground into a 4-6-3 double play.
That's true.
So
That's very true.
There are positives to the fact that he is now up with with 2 outs, and no Tanner Shadle at first either.
The 2-1 pitch to French. Again, cuts through that one early. Now a 2-2 count with 2 gone here in the top of the 8th. The Tom Sox have cut a 3-run lead into 1, looking to do some more damage before they send it back to Culpeper. Rio comes set. He will deal. That one a bit below, and it'll run full yet again for the Sox.
I mean, it's Clayton's in motion. The only play defensively truly is going to be across the diamond into first base. See if he goes back to that changeup on the outer half. I think that's the pitch he's going to roll with right here. See if French can adjust.
The payoff pitch. French cuts through that one and will pop it foul right towards us. That's going to take a nice hit off of a truck.
It's okay.
Right
Those
behind us.
things are built tough. No worries.
Ford tough.
Well,
Maybe.
It's a GMC, so maybe not so Ford tough. GMC tough?
Possibly. The 3-2 pitch again. French again fouls it in the same fashion as he did last time. Luckily does not hit any of the swarm of kids that are behind us. And again, it's going to be a 3-2 count, and we'll have the payoff pitch here soon.
Kids are climbing their way through the bushes. Now they're all expecting a third one to come back to the spot, and it's foul ball central right behind us.
The payoff pitch, part 3. Rio deals. French watches that one sail above the zone, and yet again the Sox have bases loaded.
Great at bat from French there. Got the off-speed pitches, laid off of him, and moved the line over for Evan Taveras, who I think we all know what he did a couple days ago, and now would be a pretty beautiful time for another one off of his bat. I'm not going to say anything, but now would be a good time.
Starts with H and ends with N. And there's 2 words. The first pitch to Taveras is high, and it'll be ball 1.
I'd even take a one word that starts with a W and ends with a K, and that would be a walk. Because even that would tie us up right here. Just a good at bat from Taveras is all we need. He's got hit by a pitch just last at bat.
A 1-0 count against Taveras, and Rio will deal. Taveras swings and drives that one into left. Going back is Melessa, and he makes the grab, ending the inning, and the Sox will still find themselves down. This time 4-3. They got back into this game, and they'll have to do a half inning of defense if they want to try and get back into it and maybe take a lead in the 9th. Starting off for the Culpeper Cavaliers is Colby Motley, Lucas Cash, still dealing on the mound for the Sox, and Motley swings through his first pitch for strike one.
And another inning of work out here for Lucas Cash, who's worked through 3 already now, on the hook for inning number 4.
The 0-1 just a bit low for ball 1, and it'll end or even the count at 1 apiece.
Unfortunately responsible for those 3 runs last inning. Thought he pitched a relatively solid inning. It wasn't, I mean, it was one hard hit infield single.
As Motley watches that one sail in for a strike.
And
1-2 now the count.
And a softly hit infield single, and then just Pato got a hold of one out to left, and it kind of carried its way through the night sky. But just still good work out here for Cash.
The 1-2 pitch. That one just a bit outside for 2-2. Cash continuing the deal out here on the mound. Finds himself in an even count. The pitch. Check swing by Motley, but the ball fell low for ball 3, and now a full count to begin the bottom of the 8th. The payoff pitch, Cash. Pop foul by Motley, and it'll have to be done over.
And been a solid outing so far for Cash. See if he can keep it rolling for just maybe one or 2 more batters. Caden Harris ready from the bullpen.
The 3-2. Motley swings that one, pulls it foul, and will do it again. Payoff pitch number 3. Coming up imminently from Lucas Cash. Trying to record the first out of this inning. The 3-2 to Motley. He crushes that one into left field, and no doubt about it, 5-3 ball game here in Culpeper. The 3rd home run of tonight's game, and the 2nd one for the Cavaliers. 5-3 now your score.
Showing you why he was in the Derby. Home run, number 12, Colby Motley.
Yeah, and that was killed. It's kind of the best way to put it. That thing, it was high, it was far, and it was more than gone. Yeah, Colby Motley got a hold of that one, and
Caden Chrisman.
on pitch number 47 for Lucas Cash, it was definitely one to forget. The positives, it was a solo home run.
5-3 now your score. Now up to bat is Caden Chrisman. The first pitch to him is a low ball for a 1-0 count. And what I do when I see a ball hit is I look at the ball, then I look at the player that's in the area of where that ball was hit. And when I saw Walker Buchanan just walking, I decided to, it was a no-doubter as Chrisman swings through that one, and it'll be a 1-1 count.
Yeah, and not just that. The way Colby Motley looked at that baseball, he essentially, hit the crap out of it and just kind of looked at it for a second and admired. Him and Walker Buchanan just kind of stared there and probably made eye contact as they looked to that ball.
Chrisman grounds it to second. The throw over to French is in time for out number 1. So way to get back on track there by Charlottesville after what some would say is a confidence crusher.
Number 1, Evan Escobar.
I'm not going to say it effectively puts this game out of reach, but a 2-run lead here in this scenario is hard to come back from, especially when your offense just really hasn't been able to click. And I'm hoping that these, past 18 innings for the Sox have kind of just been a blemish on the record in terms of everything that this offense can do.
That one lined to Soroy. The throw over to French is in time again. 2 straight putouts, 2 straight outs for the Sox, and it'll bring up Keaton Burrows in a 2-out scenario.
Good recovery, good recovery.
And we'll get a mound visit here from Lucas Cash, and he's going to be taken out of this ball game after a long reign on the mound, but 2 home runs is going to certainly take the overarching aspect of his day and put a blemish on what was overall a pretty good outing.
Yeah, and he did good work through 3 2/3. It's 4 runs on the board against him. Only 2 of those runs come in as earned. Both the home runs, the runs scored on the home runs by the 2 batters who hit him between the last 2 innings are earned, and it'll be turned over to, I believe it's Caden Harris on the mound now for Charlottesville. He'll come in and just trying to clean it up for the last presumably batter and maybe toss in the bottom of the ninth.
And, you know, we'll stay on here just to talk about Harris and maybe dive into a little bit of playoff scenarios.
Sure.
What would you say if you're a coach going into a single elimination tournament where you got to kind of you play against a bottom team in Waynesboro, but, you know, it is single elimination and anything can happen?
Yeah, anything can happen. Obviously, it's a team that, you know, on end, we've talked about this. The Sox are 5-1 this season against Waynesboro and have one loss. That one loss was at home. And it's just been, you know, you've been dominating them regardless of who's been on the field for Waynesboro. They haven't had, you know, they lost the majority of their lineup over the past like week or so. Just guys going back to college, guys going home, either injuries, whatever it is. The same way the Sox have been plagued by those same exact, you know, environments and conditions. But you got to put your best foot forward. In the playoffs, especially in single elimination, you've got 3 single elimination games to win. It's all about momentum, all about what you can do in game 1 that's going to help you and drive you into a win for game 2. So for the Sox, it's your best foot forward. It's the best lineup you can put out there, regardless of if you want to save somebody for Stanton or not, who's obviously the Sox will face if they come out with a win against Waynesboro on Thursday. But it's your best foot forward, the best guys you can put out there, and you play like the game is on the line every single inning, every single at-bat. It's high stakes for a reason, and with a roster like the Sox have built this year, that, you know, Chesley Mullins has built, the roster she's built from her presidential spot, the roster Randy Tomlin has recruited in, is a roster of guys who have been at the Division I level, who have executed at the Division I level, and have seen and been in the environment that you need to be in to win games at that high level. I think they have the opportunity to do it if everybody on the roster buys into it.
Yeah, this is a Sox team, as you mentioned, that has really gotten hot at the right time. We have referenced it many times this season. Started out 3-9. They're now 20-17. Not sure how this game is going to finish, but that's a 17-8 stretch over your last 25 game, which is pretty good,
yeah,
considering where you started out with. Yeah. I remember there was a time where, you know, we weren't sure if they were going to reach over 15 wins on the season, and now
10 was a stretch.
10, yeah. So. And that's credit to how this team has been coached by Tomlin and how the players have really gelled together. So on Thursday at 7 p.m., the Sox will host the 6th seed in the South Division, the Waynesboro Generals, and hope to jumpstart a run in the Valley League playoffs. But now we have to get out of this inning with Caden Harris at the mound. And Keaton Burrows is going to be hit by the first pitch. And it'll bring up Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I think it just got to clip the piece of his jersey right there. No complaints from Harris, and Burrows went down pretty quickly. And if we take a look down at our bullpen right now, you'll see Patrick Neas and Perry Hargett warming up. I've been watching Perry Hargett warm up over these past couple of minutes. Potentially a dirtier slider than some of the guys on our pitching staff. He's got a great side sweeping motion on that slider. I would love to really see it come out this inning.
The first pitch to Mitchell is a clean strike, called strike, and it'll be an 0-1 count. Not sure if we'll be able to see a scenario in which one of the Tom Sox
unfortunately
position players pitch, because it is the bottom of the 8th, and if they were to extend it to a bottom of the 9th, can't imagine they'd put a position player in.
Hey, you never know.
The 0-1 pitch, inside, very inside for ball 1.
I mean, honestly, in a spot like this, I would have just kind of thrown Perry Hargett. What do you lose? I mean, there's no need to waste a pitcher on the actual pitching staff. You got 3+ innings, 3.2 from Cash, and I don't know. Though Harris looks pretty lively today.
Strong swing and a miss there from Donovan Mitchell. Now a 1-2 count with 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Colby Motley, no doubter, has put them up 5-3, but the Tom Sox trying to get out of this inning. That one dribbles into the glove of Brock Clayton. Keaton Burrows stays at first, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Harris comes set, gets his signal from Brock Clayton behind the plate. Looks at Burrows, will deal the pitch. That one a chopper over the Sox dugout, and it'll be a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch coming up soon from Caden Harris, incoming freshman at UVA Wise, a Division II school that's a satellite school from the University of Virginia.
Yeah, and a smaller school, but definitely a big stepping stone if you can show out well, get yourself recruited up to a higher level.
The 3-2, well, I guess that wasn't a 3-2. Now it's a 3-2. You know, the scoreboard was wrong. I made the same mistake you made by relying on it earlier in this count, and that threw me off. So now a 3-2 count. Donovan Mitchell will face Caden Harris's payoff pitch. He pops that one up into the air. Coming over to get it is Sowers, and he will make the grab. Stumbling back, but nonetheless making the catch, and the Tom Sox will have one last chance to even this game up to extend it into a bottom of the ninth. We'll go to the top of the ninth. Tim Rio versus Walker Buchanan to begin the top of the ninth. Buchanan swings on that first pitch, popping it way up into the night sky. Coming over to get it is Colby Motley, and he drops it, so Buchanan will get on base. That ball surely got lost in the lights for Colby Motley, and after his monster home run in the bottom of the eighth, he does something good for the Sox by dropping that ball, and well, Buchanan will get himself on first.
Yeah, and Motley really not the guy who should have made that play. Thought he had a good beat on it. The play was made about 2 steps in front of Keaton Burrows on the infield grass. Burrows knew he had a better read on it and was quite disappointed when he realized that Motley was calling him off, and Motley unable to make the play.
First pitch to Genowine is hit into center field. Coming to get it is Donovan Mitchell, and he makes the diving grab for out number 1.
Unnecessary diving catch. Had the play on the slide,
Beautiful catch
but
by Donovan Mitchell,
instead
and that'll bring up the second baseman, number 5.
lays out to make the play, sort of. But and a weird outing from Will Genowine, something we haven't really seen from him this season, just unable to get himself on the board with a hit or get on base via the walk, and maybe attributed to his off day yesterday. But just, yeah, not the usual Will Genowine experience, and we haven't seen the usual Lee Sowers experience as well, just reached base once so far today.
Sowers on base via a walk last time. That one just a bit upstairs for ball 1. Sowers also reached in the top of the 6th via fielder's choice, and then was able to steal onto second, but he was left there. The 1-0, that one right inside the zone for strike 1. So 1 gone here in the top of the 9th. The Tom Sox need at least 2 to tie to extend this game, and maybe 3 to take the lead. The 1-1 pitch, Sowers cuts through that one, strike 2. Lee represents the tying run late in this game. The overarching goal was to get on base so that you bring up Jackson Soroy, a guy who has stepped up in clutch moments. Sowers drives that one over to second baseman. The double play trying to be turned, and it will be turned. The Sox are going to lose this game 5-3 in the final game of the Valley League regular season. Their record will fall to 20-18 after a 5-3 loss here in Culpeper.
Yeah, in a game that didn't really matter, you're hoping that this loss isn't too deflating for the Sox. The offense, obviously not at the caliber that it should have been at. throughout this season and that we've seen over the past, as you said, 25 games on that 17-8 stretch. But, you know, just turn it around come Thursday. That's all that matters. You've got a day off to recover, to recoup. The Sox have been playing baseball games for the last, what feels like, I think it might even be close to 10 or 11, maybe 12 straight days, including a doubleheader mixed in there. So it's been a lot of baseball for the Sox. Take this day off, relax, recoup, recover. Thursday is where the real season starts. Everything before this has been irrelevant.
Yeah, this next, if you will call it season, it's just a one-game season. And you try and keep on having another one-game season as you continue to try and keep on winning in the playoffs. It is single elimination up until the Valley League Championships, which will be a best-of-3 series. But you got to get there first if you want to play in that best-of-3. It'll be me and Luke Stefanisco on the call for that game, which will have the Tom Sox pitted against the Waynesboro Generals at 7 p.m. on Thursday night. Jeremy, if this were to be your final regular season call for the Tom Sox, what would you like to say to the fans?
Yeah, just been an honor to be out here. Truly grateful for the experience to continue this lovely line that we have. There's pipeline from Penn State into Charlottesville to experience this. Thank you to everybody for coming along with me on the journey. Thank you to everybody for all of their help on the course of this journey. It's been super fun to be on the mic here for the Sox this summer, an opportunity I would not have traded for anything else that I've had, and it's been a pleasure to do it right alongside you, Landon.
Of course, man, of course. And we'll hope that you get on the mic during the Valley League playoffs, but the Sox have got to win on Thursday to extend their season. Again, me and Luke Stefanisco will be on the call for you at 7 p.m. It'll be back on the Charlottesville Tom Sox YouTube page live from Cho Airport Field. We hope to see you there in person or have you listening to us online, but be sure to tune in Thursday, 7 p.m., first round of Valley